Gwyn nodded. They won't want to know the truth, he said. I think they do know, but they're too old now to be able to talk about it, and they don't mind you going. She shook her head and smiled. It'll be all right now between you and Dad. He knows I'm safe. That's all he wanted. And the Herberts? I'm just a number that got muddled up. They think I've gone already. They had begun to walk up the track without his really being aware of it. When they had passed the first bend and the farm had disappeared from sight, Gwyn suddenly stopped to look at the kestrel hanging motionless in the air. Cloud shadows raced across the snow-capped mountains beyond the bird, and a lorry piled with golden hay made its way slowly across the green field below. Won't you miss all of this? Gwyn asked. No, she said. I like it where I'm going. He noticed the cold before he saw anything. I don't think I'll come any further, he said. Come on, just for a bit, to keep me company. She took his hand. Her fingers seemed colder than ever, but he allowed himself to be led away from the track and through the fields of sheep. And then he saw the lights glinting now and then through the billows of the great grey cloud, and he felt an icy breeze on his face. You go on, he said. I'm staying here. He tried to pull his hand away, but she would not let him. They were approaching the flat field where Bethan had gone to rescue the black ewe 4 years ago. Let me go, cried Gwyn. Her fingers tightened on his wrist. He twisted and turned, but her grip was like steel, her strength irresistible. He could see the ship now, falling slowly through the clouds, the great sails swelling and dancing creatures sparkling on the hull. Ice fragments spun earthwards and terrified the sheep, swung away from the fields and scattered in the great wave past the children. Let me go, Gwyn begged. Come with me. Her voice was soft, floated over the moans of the wind. Come. No, Gwyn cried. I want to stay. No, 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 leave me. Come. She looked back at him and smiled, but her fingers bit deep into his wrist. Please, she sighed. I need you, Gwyn. We need you out there. No. Gwyn began to shake through his tears. He saw the ship as a huge glittering cloud behind the girl's pale shape. Then a voice inside him suddenly burst out, Gwydion lives here! He tore from her grasp and flung himself to the ground. He lay there with his eyes closed, nursing his aching hands, and when the bitter cold and all the threatening sounds had vanished, he got up and saw something where Iris had been. The yellow scarf, frozen in the snow, and the seaweed beside it. He picked them up and put the seaweed into his pocket, but the scarf was stiff with frost, like a strange twisted stick. He wandered slowly through the fields until he came to the track, and there, on the last bend, he found Alan standing by the dry stone wall. What's that? Alan asked. Someone's scarf, said Gwyn. Look, it's still frozen. Where's the girl? She's gone. Phew, said Alan, and they walked back to the farm in a comfortable silence. Mr. Griffiths was standing in the porch when they arrived. She's gone then? He said. Yes, Gwyn replied. And then, before his father could turn away, he said, I'm not going, Dad. I'm not going ever. I know, Mr. Griffiths smiled, and I'm glad of that, Gwyn, very glad. They went into the house, a house that was not empty anymore. I hope you enjoyed The Snow Spider. So that is the end. Bye for now.